Hello, everyone. I'm gonna wait for some people to come on here. Hello, love. How are you? I love you too. Just waiting. Just letting the beat build. How are you guys? Hi, cuz. How are you, love? Lots going on out here. I love you all. We need to love ourselves. And let the beat build. I went to my wizard today. Oh my God. My body feels like just so lined up, like just, you couldn't kill my vibe if you wanted to right now. How is everyone? Hey girl. How are you, love? I'm doing. Spreading love, yeah. You know, the world does need love right now. You know, anywhere you can put it, wherever you can put love in your life or to your day, add it in. Add in love. Whatever you're making, add in love. Whatever you're saying, add in love. Whatever you're thinking, add in love. Whatever you're doing, add in love. Whatever you're feeling, add in love. Whatever you go back to, add in love. Add in love. Add in love to your life. Self-love. We just keep stirring it in. I'm proud of you guys. You know, I talk to a lot of people. I'm so thankful. I'm so proud of you. I really am, you know. I look at my friends list and I look at my people and I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you. But first I had to go through a step where I had to get proud of me. I had to be proud of me to be really proud of you. Does that make sense? I've been drinking this juice. Got to keep the spirits high or it's too much. You do. You got to keep your vibration higher. You do have to keep your vibration higher. And that's what learning about your energetic body does. That's what awareness of self does. That's what, you know, learning, becoming aware of the little details in your life. And this juice that I've been drinking, so I went to go visit my uncle, and he's been working with this juice. And it's called Ra. This one's the extra beet because it's my fave. So I've been drinking this juice and I've been feeling amazing. And so I've been saying for a long time, you know, if you're feeling kind of blah in your life, add raw foods. Add raw foods into your body. You don't have to know how to do it right. If you just add raw foods into your body, then you'll start to get signals from your body better. You'll start to feel more in touch with yourself, right? Jesus. I love you. I love you. Guys, you know, we're learning how to allow love at dark times. You know, these are very chaotic times right now. And we're learning to allow love into our lives. You know, we're trying, right? Are you guys trying? Because I'm trying to let love, you know, come into my life and move into my life, even though, you know, the fears are heavy, because we're the creators. We're the creators of our experience. And so, you know, inside us, we have this energy body, and the energy body will hold a fear and a love, you know, and you have to balance your own self out. You know, yeah, we go to healers. I go to my healer all the time, but you know, you have to learn, you know, when you need to go, when you need to eat some beet juice, when you need to sit in the ground, when you need to eat some chips, when you need to eat some meat, when you need to, you know, connect to the earth, put your fingers in the dirt, when you need to do these things to allow this love into you. You know, some people have fears of really, there's a big fear range. You know, people are afraid of things that you could never imagine. And maybe you are afraid of things that other people could never imagine, right? But, you know, trying to allow love in when you're in those fears, when you're in those dark times and chaotic times, that's big work. So, super pound for doing that, right? You know, right now, a lot of us are feeling these rules that have been imposed on us, whether they be, you know where they start, and then you know what they branch off to, that, you know, these rules at your work, these rules at your stores, these rules, you know, and that's just, it creates an energy, you know, so that energy triggers something in you, and that energy triggers something in you for something for you. Lunar eclipse yesterday, time to rest. Yeah. Well, that's super dope that you said that, Jeremy, because that was my message that I got today too. Rest, 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 rest. This energy work that we're doing, even if you don't realize that you're doing this, you're transmuting energy through you and out of you. And that's a big work. So a lot of water, yes, makes you feel better. When you drink these raw juices, yes, it makes you feel better. When you fill up with your greens and your minerals and the things that you need, yes, you're going to feel better, and you're going to feel at a higher vibration, right? And even when you feel high vibration and you feel good, you still need to get to the place where you can rest. Even when you're high vibration, resting when you're high vibration, that's really important. You're transmuting a lot of energy through you constantly, whether you're aware of it or not. Hello, beautiful. Hello, Alicia. You know, my thing is question things that come into your life. You know, if you speaking up and using your voice and learning to become more precise with your voice, that's gonna get you firmer. There's no wrong way. You know, that's what I've been learning with my voice, is there's no wrong way. I always wanted to come out here and I wanted to deliver, perfect to everyone. And there is none of that. You know, we need to get things up and out of us, and then we need to learn that our words, you know, you actually get to a place where you're like, whoa, like my words evoke my whole entire experience. And so, you know, that's the big thing that's been coming up to me even for all of the weekend. Like, the things that we speak, they come. And so are you speaking from a balanced emotion and a balanced gut instinct and a balanced root, or are you speaking from you don't feel safe in your foundation, and you're speaking more of that into your life, and it's becoming aware of yourself and aware of where you may be off in yourself, and knowing that it's not anything to persecute yourself over, but something to become aware of and to dive into and to try to attract those people that you need at that moment, right? If it triggers you, it's for you. Sarah Richardson quote. It is. If it triggers you, it is for you. You know, it's totally for you. There's love in it. And I know when you're in the trigger, you can't see it. And that's why you can't allow love in the dark times. You know, when something triggers you, you pinch off, right? But when you allowing love at the dark times is when you're not pinched off in the dark times. And that takes a lot of work, self-work, self-discipline, you have to be your self-encourager. You have to, block out other energies to learn how to be in tune with your own energy. Because we pick up vibrations from everybody that we're around. So it's nice to get alone and to get to yourself and to feel what it feels like to just be with yourself. Hello. I was the same way, but now I just let it flow. Yeah, we're just letting it flow, girl. Practice being more mindful. Yeah, and sometimes you can be too mindful, and you just got to get grounded and just forget about it. I love triggers. I love triggers too. I question the rules. I ask why when things seem unfair. So anytime, and I don't know, I was just built that way. So coming up, like, I question everything. Everything I had the question for. I got the Inquisitive Award my whole entire life. If I saw something was unfair, I was speaking up for it and I was speaking out for it. And I'm telling you guys, when you're speaking up and you're speaking out for these things that you love and you're processing emotions, a lot of times when you're processing these emotions, the things that come out can be nasty, right? But that's okay, because then you can turn back around and you can take that, you can realize, like, okay, I got that out and I needed to get that out. So however you get that out, you get that out. But then you start to learn that there's an authority in your power and in your voice once you start to get it back. That's dope. I went off the rails the other day. I love you. It happens sometimes. Our words really do create things, guys. So, that's one of the big things that I've been talking about all weekend is the way that we word things. The way that we word our lives, the way that we speak on the things in our lives, the things we say when we congregate with our friends, the things we say when we meet certain things, the things we say when the triggers start coming into our lives, right? The things we say when our money is threatened, the things we say when our trust is threatened, and the things we say sometimes, you have to, become aware of yourself and say, all right, am I saying this out of love or am I saying this shit out of fear? Because nobody's really catching what you're throwing here. Sometimes that happens, in your words. So, when you're saying your words, how you're in your authority is when people receive you, because you have to talk to everybody a little bit different. But that doesn't mean you ever have to get out of your power and your authority, right? And so, you have to be the warrior of your planet. And so sometimes that takes you having to evaluate your words and how you speak your life into existence. Our words are always speaking things into existence. And so if your words plant seeds, then things grow, right? And there are no mistakes, guys. All you have to do is just become aware. So, I was a really bad thinker, and then I started to, practice that and just incorporate it whenever I could. And it took me over a long time, and I still work on it today, with our words, we can cut away the things that don't serve us. If we use our words, if we connect into ourselves and we use our words, we have everything we need with our words. I've been learning to use my words less or different, maybe you would say. So your words carry a vibration, and so I like to test that stuff, right? And so I'll write things down and maybe speak them out or something, and then see how that comes back into my life. A lot of people think in these times that they have to give an opinion, that they have to give their feelings on a certain situation. We are so powerful. We are so powerful. We are really so powerful. We have the power in us to heal ourselves, to balance ourselves, to fix ourselves, to attract all the right ones, to experience all kind of things, to cut all kind of things out, make boundaries for ourselves. I always nitpick words. I love you. I love you. Me, I don't know. I'm just like an energy person. I love words. I can't stand wordy words. I think words are enough, and then you get wordy on me, and I'm like, oh, whoa, you lost me. You lost me. Like, I'm right here with you. We met right here. But, guys, sometimes if you have something that's coming into your life and it's around speaking your truth, right? A really good thing that you can do is to sit with it. And I've been learning to sit with it for longer and longer before I speak on it, right? And I've been learning that that's okay. And And that's a really big thing, I think, because a lot of times when things happen, what we do is we think we have to immediately respond to it. And so then we're acting out of our emotion, and we're acting out of possibly a fear. And so we're putting that on someone real quick, and then we're going back and then we're processing it like, oh, dang, right? And so just sit with it. If you have a conversation that you need to have with somebody, you know, one of the ways to ease it up in the energetic field is to, you know, write it out with your heart. You know what I mean? Put love on something that you have to face, something that's coming up. Clarifying discussions are so needed right now, guys. These little bugs are all out here. We need to talk to one another. I have this little bug thing, and I'm about to use it. We need to talk. We need to talk about our feelings. We need to talk about the things that we've held in. We need to talk about things to let them go, right? Now, you don't always have to talk to the person that it's dealing with, right? But you need to talk it out. You need to, your words are vibrations. And so if you're holding in bad feelings and you're not talking them out, they're going to manifest in your physical body. Why can't I find you on YouTube? Well, this video is on Facebook. I love you, girl. I don't know. Always think up. It's my jam. Guys, we need to talk to one another. We need to feel free to express ourselves. And that's one of the big things that's going on out here. I can't do all these bugs. Yeah, I obviously can't do this either. It's gonna drop right on my rug. Bear with me. I don't know, it won't come up. I don't know. It's retrograde. I don't try to force anything during retrograde. I don't know, girl. I'm trying on my TV. Guys, when things, you know, I love retrograde. I love when things come back around, because that's a chance for me to clear out my stuff. That's a chance for me to start fresh. And the more things, like what we're learning is, as this thing comes up and keeps coming up and keeps coming up and keeps coming up, it's coming up and it keeps coming up for us to learn how to be more direct with it. Learn how to evoke our lives. Learn how to evoke our planets to love, right? So a lot of deep conversations are coming up right now. And, you know, I want to tell you guys, like, take the time, embrace good conversations, you know? If you have a good conversation that's coming up and filling you up with love, make time for that in your life. That'll help you to lift your vibration too at a time like this, right? So if something's pulling at you, don't automatically react to it. Clear out first. Clear out your chakras. Sit there, close your eyes, take a deep breath, run from the root all the way up to the spine and clear that all out, right? Imagine a white purple light coming down on top of you and just covering you with so much love. That's a safe space to be. That's a clear and balanced you. That's the safest place you could be on earth. Oh, I love you, girl. You ain't never missing nothing. It's divine timing. Whoever comes here is divine timing. Whoever runs across this is divine timing. Whoever's trying to love themselves, it's divine timing. You always come back and you always get another chance to set new intentions, right? And so if you're coming to a place in your life where I love you, if you're coming to a place in your life where you feel like things aren't working out, then while you go into that clear space, when you clear out those chakras and you balance yourself out, right? Then bring that thing in there. Bring that thought in there. Bring that decision in that space with you, right? And that way you can clearly focus on it with nobody else's energy involved. Not the TV's energy, not social media's energy, not your friends and everybody around you's energy. Just your pure energy, right? And ask for clarity. Ask for things to be, the truth to be revealed to you. And then set an intention on that thing. You're powerful. You're big, huge, powerful. Your mind is powerful. The thoughts you think are powerful. If you're sending somebody bad energy, that's powerful. But let me tell you that, it comes back. Whatever you do comes back. Whatever vibration that you vibrate, you attract that back to you. Girl, I missed you. I found it. There you are. I love you. That's when the gold comes. Yes, right? We all have these contracts with the universe, right? And a lot of us don't even really know what the fuck that means. But your contract with the universe requires precision. And that's like a rush. That feels like an anxiety attack, a panic, right? But precision takes practice. You have to practice yourself. You have to practice going into yourself. You have to practice sitting with yourself in uncomfortable moments. You have to practice paying attention to the words you say and what you attract in your life. You have to practice becoming aware of yourself and the thoughts that you think and the words that you speak and the things that you keep coming across and seeing in your life, right? We all been hurt, guys. We all been hurt in this life. We've all passed down hurt. We all carry hurt. We all have been hurt really bad, right? But, we're healing these things out for a better life, for fairness, for better, to live in love, right? Guys, the 528 helps so much. I don't have it on today because I didn't bring my computer outside. I was just kicking it. Listening to Smile is so dope. Listening to smile.com, code Sarah Richardson 19 for 40% off. It's so dope. These vibrations help me so much to stay in my own zone and to stay in my own lane. And I use them however I want. And I use them all kind of different ways. I'm all on the energetic child. Yeah, I did some deep healing with Angela Mia White on my inner child, and I'm still processing those things. And that's what this stuff is. When you're going into your energetic body and when you're going into your patterns and when you're becoming aware of yourself, and then when you're becoming aware of the places where you're acting as if you don't have authority over yourself, but you do have all the authority, and you're like, what the fuck am I doing? And then you ask for something to come into your life and it comes into your life, then you trust it and you know to go with it and flow with it, and that's what you need for yourself, right? I value all of life. I value all of life. Every life. Every single life out here. I love life. I love every life out here. We have to prune our hearts. We have to go back into the things in our hearts that aren't really serving our planet, that aren't really serving ourselves. And we have to pick these things out, and we have to process these things out, and we have to speak these things out of us in productive ways, in powerful ways. We have to cut away what we don't want in our hearts with our words productively. I love your guts too. As you go in and as you do work on your energetic body, you'll start to change. As you learn about and become aware of yourself, you'll start to look at things outside of you different. We are the problems of our own lives. And so when that's hard, man. That feels like a blow sometimes. You know, our internal vibration is always attracting like things that we need. Whether we need these things to clear out, whether we need these things to move forward, whether we need these things to get past it, whether we need these things to rest. You know, people ask me all the time, you know, what's a fast way for self-love? What's the fastest way I could get into self-love? And I always say, look at your issues. Look at the things that you have a problem with. Look at the things that come up in your life. Co-signer. Look at the things that you have a hard time dealing with. Look at the things that get you in the gut. Look at the things that make you emotional or mad or angry, right? Facts. Gotta hear it to deal with it. Yeah, it's deep out here, guys, and I love you. You know, but if you're blaming others, I know, man, it's you. It's you. It's all in us. All of this outside is inside of us. And that's why I have compassion at a time like this, because I know what it is. I know what it is. I know I can look at somebody and know when they're being run by their emotions in fear. You know, I can see when you're living in love, and I can see when you're living in fear. That was my gift, to be able to see that. You know, and me becoming more observant of myself helped me to become more observant of others. And, you know, really being observant of my vibration. And, you know, if others affect my vibration, how is that? And what do I like and what don't I like? And finding boundaries in that. That's self-love. Self-love is deep. And, you know, as you learn to really look in and love yourself, you begin to attract a tribe. You know, collaborations get funner. It gets exciting to work with other people and other energies and add to this ball of love energy, right? You know, when you learn to really look in and love yourself, life gets fun, even at crazy times. When you learn to really look in and love yourself, work gets fun. Healthy is fun. The easiest, fastest way to happiness is self-love is through kindness. Yeah. I mean, you know, the easiest, fastest way is kindness, right? But, you know, if you're out here and you're being kind to everybody else and you're not being kind to yourself, then really what is that smudge? You know, self-love is learning how to be kind to self. You know, when you learn to be kind to self, you see everyone else as a reflection of yourself. You know, a lot of people can't be kind because the pain runs real deep. And I love those people. You know, they're hard to love. They're hard to love. You know, it takes patience to love someone who's been hurt so bad that they can't self-love with kindness. I love those people too. Not everyone's going to love with kindness, because there are a lot of emotional things that are churning up and burning up and coming out. There are a lot of things that people are faced with in their day-to-day that nobody knows about. You know, but it's up to us, guys, to give ourselves the sense of belonging. And so what I see is a lot of people out here feeling for the need of a sense of belonging, and I get it, man. I was there, but if you don't belong with yourself, then you have the vibration of that, and so then you're not gonna attract that. You're gonna attract people that don't feel like they belong with you, right? And so that's how this vibration things work. So as we see and understand ourselves, then we start to attract others. As we see and understand ourselves, then we start to release things that don't serve us. As we see and understand ourselves, then we learn that love helps us do all of this. However you express love, then we learn that we evoke our words, right? We evoke our lives. We speak these things. Wherever you're at in this level of self-love and self-healing, there's no wrong way. I don't want to ever give anyone the impression that there's ever a wrong way to love yourself. There's never a wrong way to love yourself. I just try to give you little tips, like if you feel stuck, to try for yourself. Because I know that by changing my internal vibration, I used to be nasty. I used to be so nasty. I know some people that watch me that knew me from before, they know. But I know a lot of you guys don't realize how nasty my vibration really was. I was in anger management a lot of damn times in my life, and I was mad at the world, and I was mad for the underdog, and I was mad for a lot of different things, and I used to flip things over and flip shit and say shit and all kind of stuff. But a lot of times when you work on the inside, it moves the outside, right? And so, a lot of times we are just looking at our situations and we're feeling very stuck. We're looking at, real life things and feeling really stuck, but that's the vibration. That's the vibration that everybody has been in lately. That's the vibration that we're trying to kick out of our bodies. So if you could get body work, if you are in a place in your life right now where you can go out and get some body work, I highly recommend it. I love my wizard. I had gone through my whole trip and all kind of emotional things and all kind of healing work, and I haven't had body work in 8 weeks. And I went in there today and just, it feels heavenly because we're releasing things. Body work is part of my self-love regimen. It does not have to be yours. But if you hear that and that sounds good, you should probably go try it, right? A lot of this is going on. They're just imposing these rules on us to try to maintain some type of order, guys. From a larger scale, things are feeling very out of order, right? And so a lot of times they just pop these rules on just to try to maintain some kind of order or normalcy. But we all have these inner truth detectors, right? And the things that have been happening lately are flagging things off in your truth detector, I'm not really sure if I'm trusting that over there, right? And you're starting to really notice, and what's starting to be exposed is people in power often abuse authority. And guys, this doesn't just go for the police. This goes for, in your parent roles, in your, when you have that power, you often abuse that authority, and that is what we're here to redesign. That is the old that is crumbling. The abuse of authority, that's crumbling. That's crumbling in big time. That's crumbling in our homes. That's crumbling. Self-love is going to bring you into yourself. Self-love is going to bring you into, the authority in love. It's hard out here, guys. I know it's hard out here. I know it's hard to keep up with it all. The food, the words, ooh, the stretching, the mindfulness, the journaling, the vibrations, there's all these different things that you can get just mind boggled with, right? Just go back into yourself. If you meet anyone that takes you out of yourself, go back into yourself. Turn on someone like me or somebody there's a lot of people out here like me that push you back into yourself. I want you guys to build I know that there are a lot of people out here that don't feel like they have any family. Your internal vibration will help you build that family. So as you spend the time and work on you and work on your internal vibration, then boom, all of a sudden now you're out here and you're attracting the same thing just at a higher frequency. So it's better quality, higher frequency, better quality relationships. We're helping to redesign the planet right now by our vibration. So every single vibration, every single person, their vibration really, really matters out here. that's how we're redesigning it from the vibration of self-love. So the more that you learn to love yourself, the more that you learn to put yourself first, the more that you learn and to listen to yourself and trust yourself. That's what it is. Self-love is a vibration. Peace, self-love, joy, happiness, that's a vibration. Everything is vibrational. And, you know, I'm a Libra, so I love this time because I feel like this is bringing us to a place of fairness. Like, I know it's hectic and fucking crazy, chaotic out here, right? I can't feed that shit. I gotta stay in my lane. I got some other shit I'm trying to create for what I feel in my life, what I've cleared out through my life, my purpose, you know. And yeah, when things come up, I have to deal with them. I have to take time off from what I'm doing over here, and I have to sit and I have to deal with myself. You know, if the universe brings something to your doorstep, it's for you. Trust that. Self-love is going to bring you to your authority within yourself. So a lot of people are out here feeling powerless over their lives, and self-love is going to bring you into your authority in a very gentle way, because your authority is powerful. And so, like I said, a lot of people of power misuse that. So it's using your authority, using your power in productive ways for the world, for the highest good for all, right? Guys, anger, what I learned in my life about anger is it didn't get me anywhere. It got me tired, worn out, feeling bad. Yeah, it did. You know, anger is your emotions, right? So your emotions are powerful. That's what it is, right? And so when you're running on, you know, unhealthy emotions, that is like triple draining than when you're running on balanced emotion. You know, your emotions can fuel you up in a good way too. But fuck, I feel you. I feel you sometimes. Some of this stuff that comes up will have you in your fucking feelings, right? Like I said, I have been to anger management over a dozen times. I've done and said some really mean things to a lot of people from a hurt place. And that's how I know hurt people. Only, you know, self-love and awareness worked. You know, those anger management ladies, they didn't work for me. You know, I don't know. I probably, you know, I wasn't at a place where I was ready to even change that, really. So, I don't know. I didn't know anything about it. But self-love taught me that my anger was my unprocessed emotions. The anger of the things, you know, weird things would come up, like some dumb shit, and I'd be like in my fucking feelings, like I'll smack that hoe in the face. And my friends are like, what are you talking about? And that's that anger. And what is that anger? And, you know, 9 times out of 10, whenever you look at that situation, I didn't know that person. That situation had an energy with it that made me feel some kind of way. So what is that energy, and what is making you feel, and why are you feeling like that about that thing? Like, what does that fucking thing have anything to do with you? Oh, it brings you back to this. Oh. Right? But a lot of times people would just be like, oh, fuck that person. Now I'm mad because they did blah, blah, blah. And then they won't even process the lesson learned and then wonder why it comes back around. That's what happens. You know, when you're in your power, you can be very calm and you can be very assertive. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's one of the things that I've really been enjoying. Because I didn't have any control. Whenever I was saying things from my emotions, my unbalanced emotions, and riling everything up and tearing everything down, I didn't have any control of myself. And so when you're assertive, it's like, you know, you have the full control over yourself and the levels that you'll let somebody get you to. You know, we have control over, you know, the levels that will let something get us to. And if any area of your life seems out of control, then just start to become aware of that thing, little by little, however you can become aware of that thing that's making you lose control. You know, the authority in yourself it makes you feel protected. The authority in yourself makes you feel guided. The authority in yourself makes you feel abundant. And a lot of people are feeling controlled or rolled right now in their selves. And I give love, man. I know, I see it what it is. I see it all what it is, and I'm trying to express it. So thank you to the ones who work with me, right? Because it's a lot to express. This time is a wild time. I feel so blessed to be here with all of you. I know that a lot of people are feeling controlled or ruled by something in their lives, right? And I want you guys to ask your angels to guide you in that feeling, right? So go to that feeling. I know it feels nasty. I know it feels tied up and just can't breathe and everything's picking at you, right? But go into that place. Go into that place where you feel controlled or ruled or pulled by something that's just so deep, and ask your angels to guide you to the greatest and highest good for all involved, right? Because you might not know what it is that needs to be done, but something needs to be done because you feel controlled or ruled by it, right? You know, when you heal those things out, right, that you feel controlled or ruled by, you learn that you can be a peaceful leader, that you can use your voice, your authority for the good anytime. You know, I mean, you know me, guys, I'm out here, I'm all about self-love, you know, and I'll be the first one to say fuck you in the name of love sometimes. It's okay sometimes. It's not about, you know, trying to fit any sort of mold. You're getting to know your spirit. You're getting to know your power. You're getting to know your authority. All of this is your experience. You have the authority over everything in your life. Where are you giving your power away? Where are you letting them control or rule you? Where in your life are you doing that? It don't matter what I'm doing. All that matters is what you're doing, right? A lot of us ignore our gut instinct because we're letting fear override, right? So your guts, your sacral chakra is your emotions. That's a place where you tuck fear, pain, trauma, ancestral trauma in your womb, in your sex space, right? Which is why all this energy is all over the place, right? And what's going on is when you're ignoring your gut instinct, you're attracting what we vibrate. So we're attracting other people that ignore their gut instinct, and then we're feeding each other energy, right? And so, guys, vibes never lie. So, you know, whatever is going on in your life and wherever you are in your life, it's there for a reason. It's going on for a reason. You know, you can't fake happy when your vibes are low. You can't fake sad when your vibes are high. You can't fake the vibration, right? Low vibes don't have to mean sad. They just mean, you know, kind of like lower, not as high. High vibes, they're crazy. You know, they'll have you feeling like you're floating on top of fucking everything. Your thoughts mean everything. Always think up. Your thoughts can burn you. Always think up. Your thoughts, you know, I used to be the worst thinker ever, right? And then Always Think Up put me on it like even more than I had ever been after like 10 years of practicing it, right? So we have to do what we have to do for self-love. We have to be motivated for our own self-love. You know, when you're starting off the self-love journey, there aren't going to be too many people that are like, yeah, I get it, right? There are going to be a lot of people that want you to stay the same, because through self-love, you realize that you know, through my self-love, I realized I gave a lot of myself, all of myself. And I wasn't allowing any love back in. So I was just given. And that's why I came out with this message today, because the very first powerful thing that came up was allow love. And I know that that's big, huge. And I know that that's big, huge, hard. And that's why I say there's power in your gut. Turn on the 528. Put it on some headphones while you're doing whatever you're doing. You know, guys, one of my big things is like, please help me do no harm to others. Please help me do no harm to myself. You know, please help me create the greatest and good for all. I knew something I would do. If shit ain't right in your life, you gotta get to know yourself. You gotta get in it. You gotta face it. You gotta do it. You know, I hear a lot of people are messaging me right now about the retrograde, right? Oh, what day is the retrograde? You know, and I don't really know. I have a numerologist for that shit and I love him, but I fucking love retrogrades. I didn't used to love retrogrades, but now I do, because, you know, self-love, authority over self helps you to look at your own shit different. You know, to me, I love retrograde because it's a review, a reshift, a re-look at things. You know, truth time. I sit back during retrogrades. I kick it. I relax. I don't try to make shit work out here during a retrograde. I'm just cooling. You know, retrograde is like self-love, love yourself. You know, new starts come out of retrogrades. You know, and if you do the work, then you're going to change the pattern. You know, does something need shook up in your life? Is there somewhere where you're just living comfortable and you want to shake it up? You know, when you learn to get in touch with your spirit, you learn to talk to yourself. You learn to, you know, you can evoke things within yourself that you never imagined. That's why it's beautiful to get to know yourself. You know, if you need something shook up in your life, you speak that. You know, if you're avoiding things because of outcomes, you know, sit down with that outcome and put love on that outcome. You have to clear out the old to bring in the new. And right now, we're learning still to forgive ourselves for a lot of deep, deep things. And so, much love to all, man. Your personal power is force. Is a force in your life. It's a force for everything you want to do. And, you know, I'm out here trying to conquer my feelings. I'm out here trying to conquer the things that come up for me into my day-to-day routine. You know, stay balanced. Stay balanced. You know, it's okay to fall off sometimes. How do you get balance? What do you do to get balance? What do you do to get grounded? You know, I'm out here just staying in my lane. I understand what everything's going on, but I need to sit here and focus on my vision. I needed to cut a lot of things out to clear up from where I'm trying to go. You know, I'm trying to let my heart expand. I needed to release a lot of things to do that, and it's a rush. You know, when you're releasing things and when you're changing things and when you're rearranging the energy, there's a rush. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of you guys. The people that are out here working on themselves, the people that are out here putting in for themselves, the people that are out here speaking, even though it might seem a little crazy, I love you guys. I know it's hard. And that was where the part where Spirit said, you know, rest and rejuvenate, because the energy work that you're doing on yourself, if your body is telling you that you're tired, it is because you are doing a lot of energy work and might not even know it. Take naps. And, you know, keeping your sex sacred will have you feeling yourself. And so, you know, I love everybody who has reached out and talked to me about that, because that's one of the big things that you can add into your life to really help you. It's just to, like, kind of block out all the other energies and really get to know your energy by itself. Because when you're having these sexual partners, you're having their energy too, and you're having to process that out too. And you don't really know that experience. You're just processing out that energy, and you don't, you know, it takes up time. It takes away from your self-love, you know. So thank you for the people who have received my love on sacred sex and what that all means to me. Processing all this energy ain't no joke, guys. Emotions, feelings, everything, it comes from that sacral chakra. So I'm not saying, when I say sacred sex, guys, I'm not saying never have sex again. That is not what I'm saying, right? I'm just saying that you are God, and you need to master that. Your vibration is that of a God. Master that. Learn about that. Learn about it. Learn about how powerful you are. Learn about your connection. Learn about how you can ground in. Learn about the roots that you're carrying that don't serve you. Learn about your emotions and how to process them and use them for fuel. Learn about your power, your personal power, and how to use that to stay in your lane. Learn about your heart and how love heals and fixes a lot of things. Learn about your voice and how to use it with full power. Learn about your visions and how important those are when you're creating your life. Learn about your connection. I was talking about sexual energy, guys. You know, there's power in your sexual energy. Use it wisely. There's power in your feelings. Learn how to master your feelings by feeling them. Learn how to express your feelings in healthy ways. So when you're learning how to express your feelings in healthy ways, it doesn't always start out like that. No, that's okay. You know, words do really matter. The words that you use in things, the words that you think and repeat in your mind, they really do matter. They matter when it comes to the authority in yourself. And so whenever you're working on the authority in yourself, your words really matter in your life. And so whatever you want, if you're feeling low, you can evoke some really great things in your life from a low point just by your own words. I wrote a lot. I might not get to it all. Ask your angels to help you communicate in ways that you can be heard and felt. Expressing self in ways that others will be able to relate. So, like, you know, there's a lot of things going on in the feelings and you want to be heard, right? And so when you're speaking from your feelings in a fear, then a lot of times that isn't received. When you're speaking of your feelings from your power, then you know how to use your words for them to be received, if that makes sense. Because all anybody wants to do is be received in their expression. And so if you're not being received in your expression, you're off in your power. Something's off in your power. Just go to the root, clear that all out, work on that. Spend time with your root. You know, anytime you feel off, you know, close your eyes, see red sparkles everywhere. Because if not, if you're off in your root, then you're in like survival mode instead of thrive mode. And so we were meant to come here and thrive. We were meant to come here and live in love and abundance, right? And so, you know, your root is your basic nature, you know, your basic routine, your basic things, how you take care of yourself, how you feel safe, your outlook, your temperament, how you feel. The past doesn't make you who you are. You know, so the way you're raised does not make you who you are. It just helps to create you. Everything helps to create you into what you are now. Beautiful, thank you. Sarah, you've helped me so much. Love to you. I love you, Amy. Much love, girl. You know, guys, you can always rebuild your foundation. You know, these retrogrades, these things that fall down, you know, you can always rebuild your foundation. That's great to me. That we can always change if we want to. You know, a lot of times, like I was saying earlier, when we're going back to the root and when we're feeling this root and feeling stuff, it's easy to feel constricted. It's easy to feel, you know, dark, in pain, feeling tied up, feeling fucked with, right? But it's in that darkness where you become free. It's after sitting with yourself, after crying it out, after releasing it with certain words, after, you know, whatever you needed to do that. That's what frees you. And so, right now, a lot of people are going through senses of loss. A lot of jobs are closing up. A lot of the freedom feels like it's being taken away. A lot of people don't know what they're going to do for work. A lot of people are feeling like they don't fit in. A lot of people are feeling like they need to belong. A lot of people are feeling uncertain. I know. I give so much love. You know, uncertainty gets me excited because I'm like, okay, we get to shake this up and recreate some new shit. I know that feeling that if you're in your fears, you're not feeling quite as excited in the uncertainty, and so I send you so much love. Listen to the 528. Put it on in your earphones. 528 hertz solfeggio tones. I'm telling you. Sit with it. Express with it. Write with it. Sing with it. Paint with it. I'm telling you, that's your balance. That's your power. You know, if you're feeling bad, your body is trying to send you signals. Your life is trying to send you signals, you know. Things gotta collapse to change, guys. This stuff has to collapse to change. I know it's tough. Collapse, change. I read this thing today and it was something about the faith keeper, and I really liked it because, you know, I feel like that sometimes. I do have faith that we're creating this life from the doo-doo. That's what I do. So there's definitely a reason why I learned all the things I learned. There's definitely a reason why I've been through all the things I've been through and worked on the things in myself that I've worked on. You know, thank you for loving yourself enough to try anything out here, right? You know, if you're doing anything to try in self-love, I love you. If you're not, I love you too. I know this shit is not easy, but loving yourself is a must. Loving yourself will get yourself into your authority. It'll help you to allow love. It'll help you to do wonderful things. I love you guys because we're all connected. You know, I know it's crazy out here and the divide feels really real, but we're really all connected and we're really all feeling it, and we really just need to communicate it effectively. I love you guys. One love.